Almost 8 o'clock. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. I'm just setting up the last few things here, posting some notes in Discord and on social media, and there we go. As you can see, on stream it's a beautiful day here, as it was actually all week. Quite nice weather, slight bit of dust in the air actually. That's why it has a orange-ish hue the whole day. Everything seems to be slightly orange-ish, which is quite interesting if you see it the first time. But yeah, sun is rising, will be a beautiful day. Actually, the whole week is supposed to be pretty much the same here. Around 15 degrees Celsius during the day. It's around 60 Fahrenheit, which is really gorgeous and nice. So you have seen, or maybe you did see the thumbnail. Today will be Hildibrand. But first, let's see if my camera is working. That's looking good. Welcome to my weekly music stream, where I go over all the amazing artists out there that made new Final Fantasy XIV cover tracks this week. There have been a few less than last week, however last week was a lot of new tracks. So this week it's back to a, let's say, a normal amount of tracks for 1 week. I will listen to them all, I will react to them. I have heard a few, but most of them I did not hear before the stream. So it will be a first time listening and reaction. And afterwards I will do Hildibrand, the new story. I haven't had the chance to actually go into any of the patch content, really. I also didn't do Merton's Tale, I just didn't have the time the whole week. It was very, very busy here. So I'm happy that I can at least do Hildibrand today. And afterwards I'll have to head out and hopefully be able to record some drumming for a future project. I hope at least. But first, if there are, I always like to do some news to start the stream off. And with news I mean official Final Fantasy XIV music news. There haven't actually been any. But there are some adjacent, Final Fantasy XIV adjacent music news. And that's the new Krystelle's Chillwave album that is out now. I have opened it here. Krystelle, for those that have never heard of her, is the new mascot that got created actually by the community for the Square Enix music section, channel, Discord, everything basically. So whenever it's associated now with with Square Enix music, it will be presented to you by Krystelle. And yeah, her whole look and outfit was actually created by the community, which is really nice. And now we have the first Chillwave album, with all of these tracks down here. I say Final Fantasy XIV adjacent because we have a track like the Krystelle Tower, for example, down here. Let's give it a quick listen. I hope it won't be too loud. You probably know this theme if you have heard on Circus Tower. It's the same theme from that raid. And there are some other great tracks in here. Pascal, I really love from Nier Automata Away from 16, which was... It's very interesting as a chill track, more or less. So yeah, all of them really great. It is out now. You can either go and buy the digital CD. I have not done that, because you can also go and just listen to it through streaming services, and they really included all the streaming services this time, which is amazing. Usually they stick to a few selected ones, but this time they really went all out and added all of these services here. But also, as you can see, we have YouTube on here. They actually uploaded the whole album as a 1 hour long mix. You can just listen to the whole album as a music video. Right here. If you fancy. Which is amazing. I mean, who else does this? So, yeah. Really well done. A great album. I have listened to the whole stream here. They first streamed it and then they released the video now publicly. Go and check it out. I have linked it in the description over on the YouTube VOD. Down below, it's already linked in there. So check it out yourself. And last but not least, some more or less personal news. A quick update for my music section on FanFantasy14hunt.com. It's something you can see only if you know that you can actually click on it. And that is, I have started adding all the tracks that exist in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm still in the 1.0 area, but if you go to the official music and tracks, even though it says follows here, you can actually click on it already. And it'll show you a list of the tracks from Final Fantasy XIV 1.0. You can also filter, and it will instantly filter the list. This list will grow. Right now I'm at only 3% of all the tracks that exist in Final Fantasy XIV, which is a lot of tracks. So once the whole list is here, I will then link these tracks with the cover tracks, and then have a new column in there, so you can find a track here and then all the corresponding cover tracks for this track. And you can also see if there is a track in here from the official list that actually does not have a cover track. So to say as, hey, why don't you cover that one? Why won't you be the first person to cover that? Or just probably there is already a cover for every track. I just haven't added it to the list yet, but yeah. That's been working on. I'm also, alongside the list here, I'm also adding the official albums. This link doesn't work yet. Here, yeah, I can see it. This link doesn't work yet. I will add this Probably once I have all the 1.0 tracks in there, which I think is 1 or 2 more albums. It won't be too many more tracks, but a few more that will be added here. Well, probably, actually looking at the list, it might actually double the list. Yeah, probably double the list, and then it will be all of 1.0. And then I will also add the official album, so you can see which track was featured on which album. And by the way, it's not just the name of the track, I also added all the composers in here. It just doesn't display them yet, but it will display them later. All the composers, the arrangers who played each part. It's not just the name of the track, it's a lot more in the backend, a lot more metadata. But that will be available after I have finished 1.0 tracks. I will include the links here to the official album. So yeah, work has been steady going on here. It's just a lot of tracks that have to be added, a lot of metadata to add. But yeah, once everything is in there, it should be a nice comprehensive list of all the Final Fantasy XIV music that's out there. And now, enough talk. Getting thirsty already. Have my iced coffee here. So it's time now for some music. So let's start up the browser. Again, there we go. Now for today, as mentioned, it's a few less tracks. It's 10 tracks that have been released. Actually, 9 for Final Fantasy XIV and 1 additional track that I really want to showcase here because it's just amazing. And I thought what to do in the background, and I really could use some more money. I'm joking, I actually have enough money, but still, I have a lot of treasure maps, so let's do some treasure maps. That's what I thought. So, I'm already in Yaktel. On the way now to the first map, which is up here. Gonna turn in-game music off so we can enjoy the tracks without any disturbances except for my voice. And the first one is a cover by Enochian, Tori. I'm sorry for mispronouncing the names. And they did cover Scream. Let's just start. I will adjust the volume as we go. Hope it won't be too loud or too low. I have not listened to this one yet. That was unexpected, but not unwelcome. I'm at loss for words. That sounds amazing. Love the deep guitar sound. And her voice too. Yeah, that's good. Love the laugh in the background. Makes it much more menacing. Or even more menacing. Ooh, that's nice. Those switches to the... Switch to the high notes. Beautiful. And those screams. Those screams are amazing. This track is fits so well into the whole pandemonium part, and something completely different to the rest of 14. That was nice. Very well done. I'm a bit lost for words. Really great. By the way, I will link all of the tracks down in the description field over on YouTube after the stream. There's also a link to a playlist where I will add these. Well, until I can no longer add them, then I will. After that, I will hopefully have the player ready over on my Hunt website. And yeah, I'll also link them obviously on the Hunt website, so you can listen to them, all of them, over there as well. Yeah, that was a strong entry for the first track today. Really love that one. Next we have a Bart performance by Nicorzea Game Music, and they covered the final battle. The fight against Soromis from Endwalker. Let's go. That one is very tricky to do as a bar performance, to be on time precisely. Again, I'm always surprised how deep or how low these instruments can go. in the performance mode. Love this rhythm section and the bass. Gorgeous work. Thank you very much for this great cover. Now let's see, can I start a next cover while actually fighting these enemies here? I mean, I can always home gang. Yeah, the next one isn't actually a cover as such. Well, it is a cover. I still call it a cover. It's the 8-bit drummer drumming over or covering the drum part of Sinister. I don't think... I think I've heard it before. I don't think it's his first listen to the track. Or at least he does know the enemy at this point already. Not sure if he knows the music, but he does know the enemy. So we go, the 8-bit drummer covering the drum track to Sinister.
Oh god. Yeah, wife.
I just love his laugh. Always. And I have no portal luck today.
Destroyer, thank you for the 8 months. Yeet! Thank you.
Come, my pets.
Oh, that hits.
And when will he start? There we go. Down here, okay.
Oh, does this have scuffed lyrics? That's funny.
Yeah, he does know the track already. At this point.
Of that ether.
Still, it is mostly improvised over the track.
Is it a diss track to be honey?
It might actually be a diss track to...
This fight is so nuts too. Dude, the gigantic freaking saw blades are nuts.
It is quite the fight for the entry to the final leg of the raid here.
These lyrics are wild.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the official lyrics. His footwork is impeccable. Now going to march style works so perfectly for this part. Ooh, nice bell.
Oh! Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Not loop.
Okay. That part's a little bit weird. Whipped with a fish. What?
Yeah, the lyrics are a bit wrong in this video there.
What up, Lilo? Just arrived in time for wife. This song is a banger though, like legit. Steppies.
Actually, I'm wondering what you call this
Steppies.
genre of music.
Bonga 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 drums, thank you for the 2 months, how are you?
I'm really bad at declaring what a genre track is. And I have no idea what this one would be called. Also, we're still wondering who sang the track. We also don't know that yet. Or at least I didn't see any mentioning online that somebody claimed to have.
This line right here just freaks me out.
Somebody had claimed to have sung this track.
Yo, I love back to the drawing board. What up, Corrupted?
Ooh. That's nice. Still no portal. Really unlucky with the portals today. Let's go and stack up on more maps.
Dude, there's just some lines in this song that are freaking wild, man.
Amazing work once again from the 8-bit drummer. Just improvising over the track. Really amazing. Now for this next track, I will add a black bar over it for some personal reasons. So don't be alarmed if you don't see a video. The next track is a cover of Heavensward, performed by Scotch Bacon. It's not always so black and white. Heavensward in Heavensward. SB mix? Scotch Bacon mix. I thought, what does the SB stand for? Yeah, Scotch Bacon. Yeah, I have one here too, so let's quickly grab some more maps while we start listening to this new track, Heavensward. Let's go. Ooh, okay. Not what I expected. I did not listen to this one yet. I'm always impressed at how people can arrange such grunge and rap stuff. You really let this guitar sing. How the heck are you doing this one? Is it all just vocoder? I'm really curious how to make these sounds. Because I have no idea where I would start. Love that synth. And all these saws in here. Really dirty and beautiful. And now we even get a guitar solo over top. Break down to more traditional elements. Back into the first beat from the intro. That one wakes you up at 8:30 in the morning. Really powerful. Really well done. And by the way, if you are watching, I do have tickets for Berlin, so we can actually, if you also got tickets for Berlin, we can hang out there. Scotch Bacon, just saying. I'll be open to have a talk. Very well done. Thank you very much for this gorgeous cover. Next on the list is a cover of Give It All. Performed by Komuske. Sorry again for mispronouncing the names. And still no portal. Okay. No portal lock, but at least we have some amazing music today. So here we go. Give It All. A orchestral performance, orchestral cover by Komuske. Let's go. Actually, let's stop here right now, because that is the official recording. And I'm not really a fan of just doing the official recordings and re-uploading them. So yeah, let's stop that one here and go to the next one right away, which is the special one that I have mentioned, which is not from Final Fantasy XIV, but actually from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. A cover of No Promises Kept. I have only heard snippets of this track over on Twitter, so I'm looking forward to the full track very, very much. Before, I quickly have to restart my camera, because after a while the camera and the audio go out of sync after about an hour. I still have no idea how to prevent this from happening. The only thing I can do is restart the camera and then it will be back in sync. There we go. It just slowly starts to drift apart. Very weird, like a buffer not really working correctly. I don't know what it is. But here we go now. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, No Promises to Keep, featuring Ariah, Hannah, Moises, Alexei, Katerina, and Ole. Let's go.
City streets with worn cobblestones, listening to people.
Beautiful track from Aerith when she sang on stage. I still have to play the game, not gonna lie, but I do know the scene. Mickae's voice is just so gorgeous. Very well mixed, very raw, basically no reverb to hide things. Just great musicians playing their parts. Plus then Aria's voice over top, just heavenly done. great arrangement. Whoever did the arranging part. Gorgeous call and responses in there. First portal today, nice. Into the main theme. Very well done. Great arrangement.
Walking city streets with worn cobblestones, struggling against the crowds and finding ourselves all alone. Fate and destiny are no guarantee. Still, I hope someday you'll come and find me. Still, I know someday you'll come and find me.
Again with the cheeky. Adding in of the other melodies. Gorgeous piece. Thank you all very much for this beautiful cover of No Promises to Keep. And yeah, finally got into the first treasure dungeon and even managed to get 2 llamas right away, which is amazing, and even managed to actually defeat them. They didn't run away. So yeah, it's now turning. Luck is turning. Next on the list, a track that got released this week. I mean, all of them got released this week. This one I wanted to catch live, but I suddenly got quite busy and sadly couldn't catch the premiere. So it will be a premiere for me right now. It's Amatsu Kaze by Happy Tunes Shiva. A Bart performance of the track against Byakko. Let's go. having made my own cover of this track, of course I now know this track in and out and listen to the different instruments more clearly. It's very interesting to hear how the bass was realized here. Great slide. Short adventure in the first treasure dungeon. Only the first room. It's okay. I have a lot more maps to go through. Quite loud cymbal there. Amazing break. Very well done. Much better than mine. Light stuttered there. Not sure if it was my PC or the recording. It did add something, but not sure it shouldn't have been there. Anyway. Great cover of Amatsu Kaze. Very well done. Thank you very much for this gorgeous track. Now, up until yesterday, I didn't really have a lot of tracks. But suddenly yesterday, a lot more tracks started to appear. I mean, obviously, it's the weekend, so people are or have time to upload the tracks. And funnily, or interestingly I should say, we also got 2 new covers of Close in the Distance. It's always interesting when there suddenly is the same older track covered at the same time by different artists. Always. The coincidences are always very weird that this happened. Not once, it happened a lot of times. That an older track suddenly in the same week gets covered by multiple people. I don't complain. More music is more music. And we will listen to both. First, we now have the cover for Close and Distance by The Adventurers of Glitter. Let's just dive right in. Not listened to that one yet, but I assumed it would not be with lyrics. I know the other one also doesn't have lyrics. Very chill remix. Down an octave. Similar in arrangement to the place that you get to during the... Is it Gatherer or Crafter? During the Society quests. Very similar in approach to that one. Or in arrangement. But definitely not, it's still definitely close in the distance. Ooh. Nice switch up. We're getting a second verse. Again going down the octave. Pull it back up. Which actually sounds more natural. Gorgeous tune. Thank you truly for this. Beautiful cover. Now it would be unfair to do this second one right away, therefore I have one in between to cleanse our palate. Or not actually our palate, our ears. It's a cover of Escape. On guitar, a guitar cover. Performed by Wonsuta. Let's just go. Right in. A cover of Escape. As it appears in Monster Hunter Wilds. And Final Fantasy 14, obviously. Ooh. Great switch. Great rhythm. Great rhythm in this play. I know it is mainly practice, but I really need to know how guitarists make this the sound of the guitar disappear once they stop playing, because mine keeps on ringing forever. Once I strum a chord, it just keeps on going forever. The unusual low-paced chorus. Don't really have much to say, it's just a great guitar cover. Really enjoying it. And on to the ending. Beautifully done. Very gorgeous cover of Escape. Thank you very much. Now have time for one more track. Or I should say I have one more track that fits perfectly. Second cover of Close in the Distance. This time as a Philharmonic cover, more or less, by Philharmonic Vivern. Let's dive right in. Very interesting start. Some drums. No portal luck today, really. Or not a lot, at least. Ooh, interesting. Quite a difference in arrangement here now. And onto the chorus. Oh, that's some different chords. It works, it's just very unusual. But not unpleasant. That one's the special one. Beautiful until the end. Very well done. Gorgeous cover. And with that, I have now listened to all the tracks from this week. And now, it's time for Hildibrand. Some Hildibrand banter. However, I will quickly turn this one off. And before I go in, I'll quickly take a break, also to get some more to drink, because I will need it for all the speaking part. I'm gonna leave you here with a look at Hardy Boiled over here, while I will be right back. I always forget where I have it. Here it is. So yeah, I will be right back. Just a few minutes. At most. Well then, here we are. I should probably unmute. I'm still injured, therefore it takes a tad longer than I hoped to, or than usual, to get everything ready. But here we are now. Time for the Hildibrand storyline, or Hardy-Boiled storyline. Gonna quickly get everything ready over here. Also, I started recording in 9 to 16 instead of 16 to 9 both, so that I have everything already ready if I want to do some crazy reaction shorts, which I probably won't, because I don't really do big reactions. It's just not in my nature. So yeah, Hardy-Boiled, what do you have for me? It's 2 quests, so it shouldn't take too long, but we will see. The image already. Perfect. Perfect Akira. For those that don't know, it's this one here. It's the same picture, basically. Yeah. Perfect reference. There we go. Hardy-Boiled casts a resolute shadow beneath the unrelenting glare of True View's neon illumination. Miingno, I was hoping he would drop by. I think that's the voice I gave him last time. It took a bit of doing, but I was able to widen the crack I made in that storage device, yank out a couple new scraps of data. The first file just so happens to be a record of Garnelian's procedure. Seems the bastard's soul was poured into one of those clot-type monsters. They've got an annoying talent of mimicking shapes and faces, which is exactly what Chameleon took advantage of when he tricked us with his fake Kemaka. Ah, they are back too. Never fear, Inspector Hildibrand is here. The other fella. No acknowledgement, nothing. The other fella pulled out details of yet another monster fiend, a monster fight criminal. No, she's just waving. The smoke was nabbed for repeated vehicular violations. Riding his air-wheeler too fast, making reckless maneuvers, endangering others, that sort of thing. According to data, he's running around in the body of a cactuar now. Judging by what we've seen of that researcher's schemes, he'll have dispatched a prickly speed demon somewhere outside the dome. But where? Rejoice, my good detective, for I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, come bearing the very direction you seek. Oh, okay. I have it straight from the mouth of the real Kemaka that an ambulatory cactus piloting a flying contraption was supposedly observed streaking through the sky on a southerly bearing. Alas, despite hastening to confirm this sighting, our imperial sheriff arrived too late to see the needle-covered individual in question. The report was summarily dismissed as fanciful imaginations of inebriated townsfolk. That's a weird word. Anyway. The insistent chirp of veteran instinct nonetheless impelled me to investigate. Thus did my faithful assistant and I venture further south to question the colorful crowds of Tuli Yodel. Yolal. Yes, there to find sober witnesses eager to tell of an airborne succulent. They said it was moving at an incredible pace, sat astride a vehicle like the ones the mechanical invaders had ridden. It was last seen zipping past a dirigible before vanishing into the clouds to the south. Alexandria's soldiers ride on air-wheelers, so unless there's another flying cactuar out there somewhere, I think we have our man. Good work. I mean, yeah, praise. For once. Almost too good, in fact. Ah, suspicious. Yeah, why did he... Over there. Is that a new case I spy? Hardly had to bait the hook. They're the real deal, alright. Although, come to think of it, I don't know why anyone would bother impersonating either of them to begin with. Yeah, it was good call to question their integrity. At least the lead seems solid enough. But if we're serious about catching this guy, we'll need an air-wheeler of our own. Come on, there's a shop nearby that does custom jobs. Why custom? Anyway, I have one already, so I'm good. So you also don't want to go through the tunnel anymore, I guess? Was the smoke always here? That's interesting. I never noticed that there's smoke or fog coming out here. Just one? Ah, there's one up there too. Okay. Now, do we also have the other little guy somewhere here? Yeah. There he is. With a bug. Also, I hear something over here. Ah, it's the water up there. That's why. Oh, I could go for a nice bowl of custard. What does that have to do? Did he say they do custard jobs? Ah, there we go. This is the place I used to be a regular here, but I ain't been back in a while. Let's see if they still remember me. And let's see how they remember him. Good or bad. Well, look who the wind blew in. Mama and Manon. I've come for my steed. The bad old scrap heap has been resting on my garage floor so long I thought it could manage a slow trot, let alone gallop. Happy to give it a tune-up if you've credits to burn. I'll be to supply some parts. But I'll need to supply some parts. A new high voltage battery and superconductor coil at the minimum. The chronometer is ticking. I'll see if I can't get my hands on a battery, but can I ask you to track down the coil? These soft-boiled dopes wouldn't know what a suspension spring from an anti-gravital gimbal, but you, I can trust to find the right part without cracking under pressure. Yeah, let's do that one. Got my number, do you? Just telling it like it is. I know a tough egg when I see one. Hardyball seems desperate to get his air-wheeler up and running, so I'll give you a tip. You wanna call quick like, then salvaging the rights of detective sentries is your best bet. Defective sentries. I'll even lend you this handy gadget to help out. Set up the distress signal on the west side of Old Alexandria, and you'll soon have some murderous mechanical company to dismantle for parts. Thank you very much. I'll take these two along with me on the battery hunt. Good luck out there. Okay, that's easier than anticipated. At least it seems. Again, almost too easy in some way. Well then, let's see. Wait, wasn't there somebody else here? Before? There was a different guy standing here. And I missed him. I will have to go back on my recording. Actually, I could go back on here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. And do some inception work. More or less. Let's see if I can find the moment I walked up to the shop. Here it is. Now can I... Doesn't want to show correct screen. There we go. That's when I approached the shop and there was this guy standing here. Well, is this even where we were supposed to meet? Because this guy is now gone in front of these vending machines, but this guy is now, or this girl is now here. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. He did look slightly suspicious, but I didn't really pay much attention to him. I should have. Right out here. I used the beacon here, okay. Oh. Yeah, that's the distress signal. That was rather easy. Or I'm just too strong. One of the two. I should have read the text on the item. Because sometimes these texts are just funny. Oh, now the other guy is back. Okay, so it probably wasn't something special. Unless... Well, at least he's back. Interesting. But she is over here now. Easy now, gotta make this look natural. Okay. Superconductor coil. An essential air-wheeler part salvaged from a military vehicle. Okay, nothing special there. Because sometimes these texts are also quite funny. Well, get your hands on a coil. Got one. Is this one good enough? Aye, that should do the trick. Now, where did your mates run off to? Can't be that hard to find a store that sells batteries. You should probably head over to the next arcade and see what's keeping him. Anything else? Hardyball's taking his sweet time buying a battery. Funny, he don't seem the type to window shop. Usually not. Oh no, okay. Now she's out here again and the other guy is gone, okay. So it's just a local event, I guess. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Now, where are they? Oh, here. Hey there. And the buck. Meingno, in trouble taking up that call? Nothing you couldn't handle, I wager. As for the battery, I bought one easy enough. The problem was convincing the inspector and his gal to stick around after he caught a whiff of tantalizing familiarity. Long story short, they wandered off and haven't come back. Suppose we ought to go look for him, eh? Ah. And her stalker's there too. A familiar face. I mean, it has a similar hairstyle. Oh! Yeah, obviously. The zombie. Is that a corpse? A smiling corpse? Ha ha ha. You needn't fret, detective. This dapper zombie is an old acquaintance of mine. Allow me to introduce myself, good sir. I'm a proud member of the Gentle Dead Men and disciple of Master Zombiebrand. I have been on the road seeking out new recruits for our merry mouldering band. Said research is what brought me here, and into the midst of this unexpected, yet most welcome reunion. I don't usually hold with necromancy, but it seems harmless enough. So, if you've done catching up, we've got a case to work on. In actual fact, our conversation was almost entirely case-adjacent. Employing his nose for festering fellows, this gentle zombie traced the stench of necromantic decay to the very facility in which I once slumbered. Okay. Yes, I became fast friends with one of the... Oh, that's Gentle Deadman, sorry. Yes, I became fast friends with one of the remained researchers there. Reanimated researchers there. During the process of getting to know each other, we spoke briefly of the only person left alive after the incident. According to my new channel chum, all the lab workers perished when an accident resulted in the leakage of a highly toxic substance. All, that is, save for a single man who habitually wore a protective gas mask. No. Keshkai is his name. He was second in charge after the overseer himself, yet disdained by his peers as a condescending know-it-all. Condescending know-it-all, there we go. They did, however, grudgingly recognize his passion for his work. Even after devoting a full day to official experiments, he would pour his remaining time and energy into some mysterious side project. And he was the sole surviving researcher, you say? Sounds like we finally have a name for our mastermind. Courtesy of the shambling undead, no less. No matter how many years I do this job. Thanks for that. Glad to be of service. Now, if you'll excuse me, my new recruit and I have a café tour planned. Sorry I went French there. And what's his new recruit? Or who? We don't see it, okay. Not yet, at least. So, that fellow was an honest two gods walking corpse, huh? I've met weird folks in my line of work, but do you always keep company with such oddballs? Yeah, somehow. I was out of line. It's just, I reckon there are forces in this world you're better off not messing with. Anyway, let me take these parts back to Monom, there we go, and get my wheeler repaired. Shouldn't take too long. I'll ride him back here to make sure he's running smoothly, and you can see the magnificent beast in all his glory. There we go. Gotta put the coffee down. Our gentle zombie friend was as reanimated as ever. I'm just wondering, if I go up here, will he be there? First of all, we have... Oh! They found a cat. I love Alpha and Omega, just roaming around. And yeah, will he be up here? We have Honeybee Lovely making a video. But nope, he ain't here. Which is completely fine, I don't have to. There was no need to add him there. But I want to know who the other fellow is. Also, sneaky. Detective Hardybolt seemed somewhat nervous. Excited to reclaim his pride and joy, perhaps? We will see. Oh, there he is. Ooh, yeah. That's a nice one. Ooh, sweet. God, would you look at that? What do you think, Miingno? I call him a Night Stallion. He's a custom job built for yours truly and has far too much horsepower for the average mook to handle. Anti-gravity capacities are standard. Anti-gravity capabilities, there we go, are standard. But when it comes to ground speed, he's been tweaked to achieve the highest possible performance. The trick is to install quick heating motor cores. Won't the increased heat compromise the magnetic field's integrity, you ask? Well, that's a valid concern. A hotter drivetrain responds completely differently when you open up the throttle end. Yeah, you better... You, get those filthy hands off my ride. I merely thought to enhance your beloved steed with a touch of... salamander will? So you've had this amazing machine this whole time? Why haven't you been riding it until now? Good question. Ah, so fresh-faced and innocent. A spitting image of my assistant. Hmm? I'll never forget the day I hung up my spurs. It was right after I had caught Carnelian. Hildy. Oh, we're going to black and white territory. I've been simmering in thoughts of vengeance, fit to burst my shell at any moment. Next part of Chocobo racing. By the way, why ain't they just flying? Yeah, I mean they should be able to fly. Ah, got him, okay. Akira slide, here we go. Regulators off. So we will now see what happens to her. Big house is too good for the likes of the Crime King. See you in hell, your majesty. Should have pulled the trigger when you had the chance. You've gone soft, Hardy-boiled. And who's this? This flashback exceeds my legal length. Laced with illicit embellishments. That was too fast. Why me too? Stick to the facts. That was good. To cut to the chase, my assistant was avenged. Fling the Crime King into the slammer took me off the boil, and riding cold just ain't my style. Another Canadians on the streets again. It's time for me to get back in the saddle. They were saying that Cactuar Punk flew over Thule, whatever. Then the blue passed a dirigible on its way south, right? What kind of territory are we looking at? That would be... Yaktel, yeah. Lots of big trees are there. And let's make this Yaktel dirigible landing our starting point. I'll take the Night Stallion and meet you there. Yeah, might be better if you don't have a license. Or training for that fact. Ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-ba. A need for speed. Now let's quickly, because reasons, restart the camera. Yeah, just so it will work for the second part of Hildibrand. There we go. I wish I had a shiny air-wheeler like the detective. I'll finally be able to keep up with the inspector. Actually, is it? Not sure it actually did reset. Maybe I need a bit longer for it to fully reset. It did turn off. The camera light is off, therefore I hope it worked. Yeah, that's better. If it takes a second to load in, that's good. That's better. He's still here. Good. Meteorites and Meteor-wrongs. Hildibrand is eager to take to the air. Right, we shall find our way to this cocktail dirigible landing. See you there. I'm pretty sure it was Yuck's tail, Inspector. Okay, let's go off to Yuck's tail. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. And yeah, it's here, so let's go to Tuliolal. Makes total sense, right? If you know that there's a shortcut. For those that don't know, if you go to Tuliolal, take the Aetheryte, Ethernet, dirigible landing in Yucktail, and you're there. Not a lot of people know that this actually exists. That was my first time aboard a dirigible. It's not so different from an airship, if said airship had jettisoned its own means of propulsion. Sailing through the air is a lovely way to travel. I've made it. Even this jaded old gumshoe had to appreciate that view coming in over the treetops. Actually, where is this? Can't see it anywhere. Anyway, I talked to locals while waiting for you lot to arrive, and one fella had seen Mr. Cactuar flying down to the lower forest. I'm told the biggest place out that way is a settlement called Mamuk. So that'll be our next destination. Let's head over there, walk the streets, ask some questions. You know the usual. Very good, Detective, but what's become of your wondrous wheeler? Nice stallion would draw more attention than I would like. I'll use the autopilot function to call him if needed be. But otherwise, I'll make do with my own 2 feet. Oh, nice. So off to Mamuk. I love the night music. Actually love both night and day in Yucktail. Oh, it's right up here. God, it is awfully dark here beneath the canopy. Such a dense proliferation of forest giants. I'm reminded of the 12th Wood. Actually, I forgot to check if her stalker is here too. Usually isn't too far away. Can't see him this time. That must be Mamuk. They build things different down here, huh? But we ain't got time to admire the architecture. Spread out and find someone who's clapped eyes on that cactuar. Well then, let's see. By the way, don't question the open quests down here. I'm still trying to catch up. Why yes, I did see an unusual creature riding a strange vehicle through the forest at breakneck speeds. Perfect. The vehicle's terrible noise is what first drew my attention, followed by the incomprehensible yelling of its pilot. Yet the sight of this fostering man plant was so absurd I found myself more bemused than frightened. Okay. Interesting. You would be spiky and green, riding a strange flying machine. That banana peel is almost as sparkly as the inspector was. I slipped on that banana peel and almost went tail over tea kettle. Could this have been a devious trap laid out by our quarry? No, that's just banana peel. Yes, I've encountered the fiend you describe. The forest has its share of fantastical creatures, but this one was undeniably out of place. I observed it smashing one of the giant meteorites with a club, then racing away with the broken pieces. Make of that what you will. Interesting. There is one more down here. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ah, Bakulcha. Ah, the suspect of recent gossip. I crossed paths with the creature myself, and it was indeed odd. But the machine it rode upon was the true wonder. He pulled up alongside me and my Vivern, challenged us to a race, then zoomed off with astonishing swiftness. If you're planning to catch that fiend, you'll need an equally miraculous mount. Okay. Interesting. Bum, 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 bum. So, what's the rap? Yeah, he's here. Everybody's seen him. The testimonies I gathered were very much the same. There is a Kaksha racing around out there, that much can be certain. But if he's making stops to bag meteorite fragments, then this ain't no simple joyride. Talk to me, Miingno. Something about those rocks I ought to know. Well, they are... reason, maybe not about the climate and, yeah, some kind of special etheric radiation, eh? We haven't pieced together Kai's big plan yet, but he seems real interested in those space stones. Which means we've got a good chance of finding his spiky goon by staking out the spots where the meteorites are. If we nab the capture, we can make him lead us to the researcher and to Carnelian. When I say us, I mean me and Night Stallion, of course. Once we find him, the rest of you won't be giving chase without an air-wheeler. I mean, I have one. I need no such contrivance. These legs have been conditioned by an intensive chocobo-bearing exercise regime. I mean, actually, I do think he might be able to keep up. Especially if I show him a picture of his dad. Well, good luck with him. Still, I think he's a weak-willed punk. But I can't deny that uncanny body of his is made of sterner stuff. Let's get on with it then. I hear there's a few good-sized meteorites alongside the road that leads out of this town. We'll start after near end and hope the Moog puts in an appearance. I mean, I do have one myself, so I don't have ground speed unlocked. I have to be what's the name? Anyway. Is there a stalker near? Or did he stay in... Probably stayed in Solution 9. Who knew meteorites were so big? Or bumpy? Fancy meeting you here. I too deducted that this may very well be the scene of our criminal's next crime. Is that clumsy oaf trying to hide? Yeah. No wheeler riding character around here. Let's move on. That idiot inspector took off like he had the case all sewn up. But running fast didn't find him any leads, did it? And here I thought he was onto something. Oh. You actually have hopes. That way, Naju, I think I may be onto something. Ba-ra-ba, ba, ba-ra-ba, ba, ba-ra-ba, ba, ba. I must say, I'm still not used to his voice. I mean, I'm no voice actor, so... After a while, Hardyboy's voice gets less coarse. If you could endure but a little while longer, Nashu. Is it almost time to eat? Actually, no, it's 10 AM, so not yet here. But we'll have to prepare. Is that all trying to keep out of sight or not? I mean, neither are you. Just saying. You're out in the open. No sign from here. No sign of him here either. On to the next meteorite. I detect a hint of criminality in that direction. Onwards, Nashu. We mustn't let the detective beat us to the punch. I just love the music here. Travel tacos. And he has a banana. I say, these bananas are really quite good. Is that one ripe yet? Also, that's a good hiding spot, to be honest. This time he really blends in. I could murder an egg right now. Did I read this correctly? Yeah. I could murder an egg right about now. Let's see what's gonna happen. There he is. Look out and stand aside, or it's 1,000 needles in your hide. Make way for the unmatchable Spike. Anyway. Spike! Spike! There we go. This one looks ripe for the smashing. Hold it right there. I'm gonna need you to hop off that airwheeler. Ah, you must be the blowhards I was warned about. You think you can give orders to the succulent speedster? My ride is maxed out with black market mods, and there ain't no one faster. Keep up if you can, slowpokes. If that's the way it's gotta be, challenge accepted. Come to me, Night Stallion, it's time to burn some rubber. Ooh. Very well done. And Hildy? I'm right behind you. And I'm running behind you, Inspector. Yeah. I mean, why? I do have a mount myself, but oh well. Here we go. Yeah! Damn it, the Stallion's a full gallop and I'm still trailing. Would seem you require my assistance after all. What the? You got up on me on foot? Fine, change of plans. Where's my damn python? I'll just tweak the weapon's elemental settings like so. With your steering and me providing the thrust, that fiend will soon learn a hard lesson. Nothing outruns a fired up Manderville man. It is working. That's quite a thrust. Ah! Yeah, I'm not gonna. Are they actually getting on me? Oh boy, come on then. I feel the needle of speed. There we go. And what now? Ah, burning him. We did it! Victory is ours! Into the lake. Might actually be the best for it. Nice fireworks. But isn't the lake much deeper there? can't believe it. My undefeated record, my legendary win streak. It's over. And yet, I feel strangely content. Or content, I should probably say. Is he just giving up? Enough, you win. Just hand me over to the coppers and be done with it. Okay. Easy. So, the researcher forced you to work for him, like he did with the other fiends? That's right. Told me to smash and grab the meteorites from the forest, but not what he wanted them for. All this way to nab some delinquent goon, and no leads on Keshkai or Carnelian to show for it. Not to mention my beautiful ride getting thrashed. I want on you, Hildibrand. Perhaps we can try running together next time? Oh, if you're looking for Keshkai, I know exactly where he'll be. Waiting for my meteorite delivery over by the cliffs southwest of here. I mean, makes sense. Why didn't you say that sooner? I bet Carnelian's is there with him. He won't escape me this time. I'll leave this criminal cactuar in your custody. Fiendish appearance aside, 'tis a man's soul within, so please treat him accordingly. Now let us follow the detective to these cliffs, shall we? I must ensure these villains are served a gentleman's justice. Oh, the bug is here too. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ah, and finally the rain stopped. Would have been faster to teleport, but it's okay. But I'm also still getting used to my new glasses. Finally, they have arrived this week. Or I finally went to the optician, is the word, and got them done. So now I can see much better again. That's really been too long that I went and got my eyesight checked. According to the notes, it has been 8 years since my last checkup, so yeah. But now I can see much better again. But it's still unusual to wear these new glasses. Because it does change the field of view slightly, so I have to get used to it. But it's getting better now. It's been a few days and it's slowly back to actually better than normal, but yeah. Full belly, happy heart. Hey there, buddy. Do you smell it? The scent of criminality is in the air. Can't see him yet. Shh, I can hear them just up ahead. Let me get a drop on them before we all go barging in. Good luck on that one. Ah, there they are. He's late. You must assume something went wrong. These meteorites will provide the perfect energy source, and I would prefer to harvest the surplus. But it is good, but it is too great a risk to linger here. Phrase mage. you so much as twitch your lips and I'll light you up. No, we've worked too hard to give up now. He is getting away. He'll keep. I've got the one I want. But don't think I'm taking you in just so you can escape. Never again. Well, I'd assume to... Murder is not the answer, detective. Where did Carnelian go? You almost had me, if not for this bumbling fool you tolerate. Soft as ever. Ooh. Nice lightning. And weather change in general. You've made yourself an enemy, Hildy. You and me are done, Hildibrand. Stay out of my way. My recent inadequates as an inspector appears to have earned the detective's ire. 'Twas you he turned to for assistance with this case, Miingno. It is only fitting that you remain at his side for the duration. Sounds good. Meanwhile, Nasha and I shall persist with our independent inquiries. Okay. Let's hope that'll end well. No. And already back here. Is the other one here? No. And the finale. Sorry for the sudden exit back there. But that yolk for brains. I'm steaming. It's okay, I can't do the tub one. Not in this case. That's fine. Still lingering around, okay. And her stalker too. For the love. I see you sulking over there, soft-boiled. Isn't this a delightful spot of serendipity? We were simply following the villain's trail and look how we've all run into each other. Completely by chance. Well, we were only passing through after all. We shall apprehend that masked mastermind with our own tried and true methodology. You shall see. Miingno, I want you on the case with me from here on out. When it comes to a proper guide beyond the dome, as well as being tougher than yours truly. No one else fits the bill. You might need to cool your heels for a bit while I work on salvaging more data, but Archibald always gets his files in the end. See you around. That's fine. We'll get them locked up next time. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Ooh, where are they? Yeah, where are they? I don't recognize this place. Ah, at long last, my scheme has come to fruition. No longer must I endure the company of incompetent colleagues. All is in the readiness. The replication of my brilliant mind is at hand. Never again will I be known as the Caniloca Corpus Second Best. My name shall ring across the lands, carried far and wide by an army of unrivaled geniuses. Something amusing? Oh, just the fact that you repaired a device capable of miracles, yet your plans for it are so very banal. You dare mock me? Yeah, I thought he would probably get rid of him at some point, to be honest. What a bore he was. Now to realize a dream worthy of his marvelous technology. Oh! There you go, the spaceship. That's not good. Yep, that's not good. Because that one is capable of very much. Ooh. Ending credits. Detective Hardybolt, they call me. Cool and tough as a cucumber wrapped in old leather. I'm a man who prefers his own company. Today's egg was overdone. I let the pot boil and a match to my mood. I wonder if we will get that emote at the end. They say you can't make a cracked shell whole again. Maybe it's time I smashed it completely. Ooh. Those are some troubling thoughts. Can anyone save Detective Hardybolt from himself? I bet the Inspector can. with us on this case, a happy ending is never far away. Yeah, we will see. Next time. Ooh, smooth ending. Yeah, I'm sure it'll end well in the end. Shit, Miingno, I work fast, but not that fast. Come back another day, will ya? Oh, before you go, do you remember when I said I felt eyes on me? Well, I still feel like I'm being watched. Maybe I do have some adult-headed admirer after all. I mean, in his case, I guess it's the bug. Right here. It's right here. The bug. Watching him. Oh well. With that, I would say that's enough for today. Time for me to prepare something to eat, because there is quite a lot of stuff I have to do today. Anyway, and afterwards, hopefully I can go and record some drumming, because it really is time now that I would do this. Hopefully. I will see. Beautiful day still outside. Looking forward to that. And I hope all of you will have a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful rest of the week, and start into the new week. And until we meet again next week, which might be a shorter stream next week. It's not fully clear yet, but there might be something coming up. At least there's a potential. But there will be a stream, most probably again on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock, like every week. Until then, have a wonderful week, and until we meet again, maybe I will do Merchant's Tale next week, someday. Still have to unlock that and get in there. I will see. Just follow, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when I will be online next time. Again, have a wonderful Sunday. Goodbye, everyone. And last but not least, thank you very much for all the people on screen right now, all the supporters over on Ko-fi, and the subscribers on Patreon. Lindley Ashleen, Tortellini, Tori Wood, Naginat, Cassie Stelk, and Rhythm Syndic. Thank you very much for your continued support. It really means the world to me. Have a wonderful Sunday. Goodbye.